You've heard it said, energy flows where attention goes. But that's only part of the equation. Because energy doesn't just respond to attention, it responds to emotion. And where do your emotions come from? Not your mind, not your thoughts, but your heart. This is the hierarchy they never taught you. Emotion commands energy, and the heart commands emotion. If thoughts are the language of the brain, emotions are the language of the body, and the universe speaks that language fluently. So if you've been trying to think your way into a new life, but your emotions are still rooted in fear, lack, or doubt, you're sending mixed signals into the field. And that's why nothing changes. Let's bring this into focus. Every emotion you feel generates a specific vibrational frequency. These frequencies are measurable in your body, in your field, and even in your environment. Gratitude, love, and joy produce high-frequency, coherent waves. Anger, shame, and fear create low-frequency, chaotic patterns. And here's the key. Your energy field, your personal frequency, is shaped most directly by your emotional state. Your thoughts set the direction, but your emotions fuel the engine. According to research from the HeartMath Institute, emotional coherence, the stable rhythm of your heart and nervous system, has a direct effect on your electromagnetic output. That field interacts with everything around you: people, opportunities, even quantum potentials. So the question isn't just, what am I thinking? The real question is, what am I feeling and who is in charge of that? Have you ever noticed that when you're in a terrible mood, even simple things go wrong? Or when you're deeply grateful, everything feels aligned even without effort? That's not coincidence. That's your emotional field interacting with the quantum. Think back to a time when you were trying to stay positive, but deep inside, you were angry or afraid. What did life mirror back to you? Now think of a moment when you felt peace, even when things weren't perfect and somehow things shifted in your favor. You weren't imagining it. You were broadcasting a different signal, and the universe responded accordingly. Have you ever seen your emotions shape a situation around you in real time? Tell us in the comments. Your story might be someone else's awakening. Here's how to begin taking control of this dynamic. First, recognize you are not your emotions, but you are responsible for them. Most people let emotions run on autopilot based on old patterns or external triggers. But you can shift this. Start with emotional awareness. Name what you're feeling. Then, practice emotional regulation. Shift your breath, your posture, your attention. Finally, use emotional activation. Intentionally generate elevated feelings like gratitude, appreciation, or courage, even if it feels small at first. The more you practice, the more those emotions become your new energetic baseline. When your emotions rise in frequency, your energy field shifts with them. You become magnetic, clear, aligned, not by force but by emotional frequency management. And remember, it's your heart that creates those emotions. So learning to listen to and lead with your heart is how you begin to truly command energy. So here's the revelation. Your thoughts attract. Your emotions command. Your heart empowers. This is the chain of creation. And most people are stuck trying to manifest from the head while their heart is screaming a different frequency. But now you know, you can tune your emotional field on purpose. You can use your heart to shift the energy you broadcast into reality. Because the quantum doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you feel consistently. Your emotional frequency is the real signal, and the heart is the source code. In the next topic, we expose why this truth was hidden and who benefits from keeping you emotionally unstable and energetically incoherent. What if your emotional instability isn't an accident, but a design? What if the chaos in your mind, the low-frequency emotions, the fear and insecurity you carry day after day are exactly what someone or something wants you to feel? This isn't a theory, it's a structure. a system that feeds on your disconnection. And the more disconnected you are from your power, the more controllable you become. From media to education, religion to social norms, there's an invisible architecture around you that profits from your weakness. It doesn't need to chain your body. It only needs to keep your vibration low. And it does that through fear, shame, distraction, and doubt. Let's be clear, we're not talking about a shadowy figure in a dark room. We're talking about systems, energetic ecosystems that run on mass compliance and emotional suppression. Society is not built to activate your energy. It's built to keep you in survival mode. Think about it. News keeps you in fear. Social media keeps you in comparison. Institutions teach obedience over creativity. Culture sells escape instead of introspection. And every time you sink into fear, doubt, guilt, or anger, your energy field weakens. You become reactive, vulnerable, suggestible, and in that state, you're easy to influence, easy to sell to, easy to manipulate. There is a vibrational economy at play, and your low energy is currency. Have you ever wondered why the world seems to constantly pull you away from yourself? Why it's so hard to stay centered, present, joyful, when everything around you is engineered to trigger you? It's not just you, it's systemic. Every time you've tried to meditate and got distracted. Every time you've tried to feel grateful but got pulled into comparison. Every time you started healing and life threw chaos your way, that's the field fighting to keep you unconscious. Not because you're weak, but because you're powerful. Have you felt this? A moment where everything seemed to push against your awakening. Tell us below, this is where we begin breaking the pattern. Here's the truth. The system doesn't fear your money. It fears your magnetism. Because a coherent, heart-powered human is untouchable. So how do you reclaim your power inside a system designed to drain it? You start by recognizing the pattern. Awareness breaks the trance. Then, you shift from reaction to intention. You stop feeding the field with fear and start radiating coherence. You become a disturbance in the matrix. You unplug from the programmed emotional responses and anchor into your own frequency. Protect your attention. Guard your emotions. Curate what enters your field, because not all energy deserves your energy. Most importantly, realize the system only works if you stay asleep, but you're not asleep anymore. So now you see it. There's a structure built to keep you small, but only if you comply. Because while the system feeds off your low vibration, it has no power of its own. Its only strength is your unconscious cooperation. And now, you're conscious. This is the pivot point. You've remembered who you are. You've reclaimed your field. You've realigned your emotion and intention. And now the final choice is yours. Will you master your energy or remain its prisoner? That answer unfolds in the next and final topic. This is the moment of truth. Everything you've learned about thought, emotion, frequency, and coherence leads to one final realization. You are either the master of your energy or the prisoner of it. There is no neutral ground, no middle frequency. Every choice, every reaction, every emotion you hold shapes the field around you. And here's the final truth no one can escape. The reality you experience is not what you deserve. It's what you're tuned to. That can be painful, but it's also powerful. Because if you created this version of your life unconsciously, imagine what you could create if you did it on purpose. Let's bring everything together. Your thoughts are electrical, your emotions are magnetic. Together, they form your energetic signature, and that signature is what shapes your life. When you think with clarity, feel with intention, and align your energy field with your desired reality, the quantum responds. You don't chase, you don't force, you transmit. But when you don't master your frequency, when you let old beliefs, low emotions, and outside noise dominate you, you become a prisoner of your own signal. You loop, you repeat, You suffer without understanding why. This is the line between unconscious creation and conscious manifestation. Let's be honest. You've felt the loop. The same emotional patterns, the same limitations, the same results. And deep down, you've probably wondered, is this all there is? But if you've made it this far in the series, you already know the answer. You've glimpsed your power. You've felt what coherence looks like. You've tasted the energy of alignment. Now the only question left is, will you choose to live from that space daily? What was the moment in this journey that woke something up in you? Share it below. This is your breakthrough and your story matters. Becoming the master of your energy doesn't mean being perfect. It means being conscious. It means choosing your emotion instead of reacting. It means noticing your field and recalibrating it. It means returning to coherence over and over until it becomes your new normal. You can use everything you've learned, heart-focused breathing visualization charged with elevated feeling, rewriting subconscious codes, creating a daily state of vibrational alignment. The shift happens in small decisions, repeated often, because reality isn't changed by force, it's changed by resonance. You don't need to control the outside world. You need to command your internal frequency and the field will reflect it back. So here you are, awake, aware, activated. You've seen the illusion. You've felt the system. You've touched the energy that creates worlds. Now it's time to choose. Will you keep reacting from the program or start broadcasting from your power? Will you settle for surviving in someone else's design or start architecting your reality from the inside out? Because you are no longer a victim of the field. You are the field, and it's time to live like it. Have you felt your own energy shift during this series? Tell us below. This community is built on your awakening. If this journey sparked something in you, subscribe and turn on notifications. What comes next will take your energy mastery even further.